So, but then again, I'm not going to get my back up at John Travolta making a suggestion.
Hi, my name is Phil Biedron. I'm an industry incomer as an actor. Do you think it's beneficial for an actor to learn about behind the scenes on camera and learning all the different parts?
I think it's great for an actor to learn the techniques and the equipment that I'm using on my side. It helps me help you do your various things, if for nothing else than to learn about lenses and lens angles.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, if I'm on a wide lens, you've got this much room to move. If I'm on a tight lens, you've got this much room to move, stuff like that.
Would there be a certain class that you would recommend to actors in general?
Well, the more you know about everything, the better you can do your job.
Mm-hmm.
So if you learn about cinematography, if you learn about digital media, that kind of thing, it enables you to do your job better.
Who are the camera crew? What's the difference between what a gaffer does and a key grip, and what's the chain of command versus the DP?
Oh, well, this could go on for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And the gaffer and the key grip technically aren't part of the camera crew.
Mm.
The camera crew would be the director of photography,
Mm-hmm.
the camera operator if there is one, an assistant cameraman,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes a second assistant cameraman, sometimes a DIT or digital image technician, and then you will also have a DMT, digital management technician, who is the one that's in charge of downloading all the files and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the camera crew. Then you get into grip and electric, which is a whole other thing.
Okay. As an actor, I know some other actors who will make suggestions to DPs. I think this lens would look better for me on this scene. How do you feel about some actors who come to you and they suggest artistically what they think is the right choice?
That has to be done very gently. If an actor suddenly starts telling me, well, you know what, I think I look better on a 50 millimeter lens, why don't you use that? That's going to really get my back up.
Uh-huh.
But actors should know their face and what it looks like and how it reacts to stuff. I was lighting John Travolta, and he looked at the key light and said, record a little tape here, and recorded the tape, and he looked at it, and he said, you need to lower the key light 1 foot. And he knew his face, he knew how deep his eyes were, how big his bones up here were, and he was 100% right.
Mm-hmm.
The position I'd set the key light in wasn't penetrating into his eyes enough. Once I lowered it a little bit, he looked a lot better.
Okay.
So, but then again, I'm not going to get my back up at John Travolta making a suggestion.
All right. What are the advantages for an actor recording on digital media versus film?
Well, the advantages to an actor recording on digital media versus film is that you get instant feedback.
Mm-hmm.
You can see your take on set, if they let you, and you can see on set what various color correction schemes are going to do to the image.
What are the disadvantages, if any, to working on digital media?
Well, the disadvantages to working on digital media are the same as the advantages to working on digital media in that you can see it on set. So suddenly you've got a whole gang of people crowded around the playback monitor watching what you've done. It can very easily turn into a voting thing where, well, I like that, well, I didn't like it, I'd like to change this, rather than just having the one voice of the director be what everybody listens to.
Do you prefer an actor who has a history with working on film versus someone who's a little bit newer in age to digital media, if that makes sense?
I really don't have a preference on that. It doesn't really matter to me what the actor's background is.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer an actor that's professional and calm and knows what they're doing and has been on set long enough to know not to trip over the cables and not to be moving anything and like that. So professionalism is what I'm looking for, and you see people with very little experience that are very professional, and you see old established actors that are just very unprofessional, so it doesn't matter.
I sometimes have a fear as an actor that the DP is looking at me and saying, well, he's talented, but he's going to be hard to like. You know? So
Well,
is there some of that where the DP has an input in the casting based on their job?
I would say the DP doesn't usually have an input on the casting, but you're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. The DP is looking at you going, oh boy, look at that nose. How am I going to light that nose? But those cheekbones, the guy's got cheekbones that'll be great. So ideally, if the DP is doing his job, he's thinking about how he is going to light you as an actor from the first time he sees you.
Would you agree it's part of the DP's job to make the actor look good?
Depends on what kind of movie it is. I just completed a whole series of horror films where it was my job to make the actors look bad. And they'd send me people out of makeup, and I'd go, oh, this guy's not sweaty enough. Sweat him up, make him look bad. And my lighting was set to make these people look bad. You know, the DP's job is to make the actor look appropriate for the scene and the film you're doing.
Okay. And do you have a certain team of people that you work with on a regular basis? For instance, the AC or camera op that you mentioned?
I have a group of people that I draw on. So for AC, assistant cameraman, I'll have a group of people. I'll have a first choice, a second choice. If my first choice is busy, I'll call my second choice like that. Usually I pick my keys, key positions. The assistant cameraman, the gaffer, and the grip sometimes, and usually I let them pick the people below them because just like me, they have a stable of people that they like to draw on.
Okay. What about your relationship with directors? Do directors have certain DPs that they draw from?
Well, just in the same way that I have a stable of people that I call, a director will have a stable of people that he calls. So I may be a director's first choice for a certain type of project, but then they may go, well, this project isn't exactly right for Marty, let's call somebody else on it. Or it might be perfect for me, but I'm busy, and they have to call their second choice.
Okay. Well, thank you, Marty, for your time. I really appreciate it.
Great, you bet. Thank you.